He had a blazing technique which enabled him to execute the fastest tempos and passages with absolute ease. He was one of the true bebop giants of his era. Who was Johnny Griffin? Here on Big on Bebop. He was born John Arnold Griffin III on April 24, 1928 in Chicago, Illinois. He began his musical training early, studying classical music at DeSable High School under the legendary music teacher Captain Walter Diet, whose alumni included Nat King Cole, Gene Ammons, and Bo Diddley. Initially, Griffin played the clarinet and oboe before switching to the alto saxophone and eventually settling on the tenor saxophone, which became his signature instrument. By the age of 15, he was playing professionally. At 17, Griffin joined the Lionel Hampton Big Band, marking the beginning of a long and varied career in jazz. Griffin's early experience with Hampton's band gave him exposure to a rigorous touring schedule and introduced him to a wide circle of jazz musicians. After a stint in the U.S. Army, where he played in the military band, Griffin returned to civilian life and became immersed in the burgeoning bebop and hard bop scenes. He made his recording debut as a leader in 1956 with the album Introducing Johnny Griffin on Blue Note Records. The album revealed his blistering speed, technical precision, and deep blues feeling. Shortly after, Griffin joined Art Blakey's Jazz Messengers, an important proving ground for jazz musicians. From 1957 to 1958, Griffin became a key member of the Thelonious Monk Quartet, where he developed a unique approach to Monk's unorthodox compositions. His fiery solos on albums like Misterioso and Thelonious in Action remain iconic. Griffin gained a reputation for his ferocious technique and rapid-fire improvisations. He was frequently paired with other tenor saxophonists in what were dubbed tenor battles. One of his most famous collaborations was with Eddie Lockjaw Davis as part of the Tough Tenors, a group known for its high-energy, soulful exchanges. During this time, Griffin recorded prolifically for labels like Riverside and Prestige, releasing albums such as A Blowing Session, The Little Giant in 1959, Way Out in 1958, and The Carrie Dancers in 1961. These records showcase his blend of speed, swing, and soul, often drawing on his blues and gospel influences. In 1963, frustrated by limited opportunities for black jazz musicians in the U.S., Griffin moved to Europe, settling first in the Netherlands and then in France. He found greater artistic freedom and respect overseas, continuing to tour and record widely. He collaborated with European and American jazz musicians, including Dexter Gordon, Art Taylor, Kenny Drew, and remained an active presence at jazz festivals across the world. In 1978, he reunited with Eddie Lockjaw Davis for a successful run of concerts and recordings. Throughout the 1980s and 90s, Griffin stayed prolific, recording albums like Call It, What You Wanna, and The Cat. Johnny Griffin's nickname, the Little Giant, perfectly captured his essence. He was short in stature, about 5'5", but a giant in terms of skill, speed, and creativity. Griffin continued to tour into his 70s, maintaining his virtuosic edge well into old age. He lived quietly in the French countryside, but remained connected to the global jazz community. Johnny Griffin passed away in his sleep in 2008 at the age of 80, just after performing in France. Johnny Griffin was a towering figure in post-bop jazz, admired for his fearless technique and soulful improvisation. Though underappreciated compared to some of his contemporaries, his influence on modern tenor saxophone is profound and lasting. In both small groups and large ensembles, in America or abroad, Griffin's sound was unmistakable, bold, quick, joyful, and deeply rooted in the jazz tradition. Johnny Griffin, a top bebop tenor saxophone player.